Chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Florida.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I'd like to recognize and yield 2 minutes to the distinguished Vice Chair of the Subcommittee on the Legislative Branch, the gentlewoman from California.
The Chair recognizes the gentlewoman from California for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, let me also thank our Chair for your leadership, for your very focused work, and for your commitment, not only as Chair and to this bill, but to this entire institution. And I also want to thank our Ranking Member Wamp for your leadership and for your expertise and your really ability to work together in a bipartisan way to make the committee truly a bipartisan committee, which is what all of our committees are striving for. And so it's a pleasure to serve as Vice Chair on this committee, and I'm very proud of the product which we are presenting today. I rise in strong support of this legislative branch appropriations bill, and really want to just take a moment to also thank all of the staff who really, as a result of their vigilance and their expertise and their hard work, they were the ones who really helped us put this all together. And I want to especially acknowledge Chris Lee on my staff, because this is one of his very first legislative initiatives, and he did a phenomenal job in keeping me pointed on looking at the goals of what we were trying to accomplish in this legislation. This bill also seeks to improve the working conditions of dedicated staff who are a vital and integral part of this legislative process. This bill also commits the House of Representatives to set an example to the nation on how to reduce the environmental impact of the workplace by beginning the greening of the Capitol complex. How exciting this is. This bill also begins to address the pattern, which unfortunately it is, but it's a pattern of exclusion that has gone on for too long in contracting and procurement in the House of Representatives. For too long, businesses owned by women, minorities, and the disabled have not had a seat at the table. May I have an additional, Madam Chair, may I have an additional minute and a half?
I yield an additional minute and a half to the distinguished Vice Chair.
Gentlewoman from California is recognized for an additional minute and a half.
It was appalling, thank you, Madam Chair, with what we learned at the hearings about the exclusion of such a large segment of our qualified business community. For too long, we have operated without written formal policies and reliable reporting on compliance, without the crucial data that the committee cannot know if real progress is being made or if additional action should be required. Well, naming the Great Hall Emancipation Hall in recognition that the original Capitol had been built by the expertise, the blood, sweat, and tears of slaves is appropriate and timely, as we also now go beyond the name to include the descendants of slaves in the economic vitality and opportunities of this Capitol. So we've included in this bill language that requires specific contracting with minorities, with women, and the disabled. We required contracting and vendor opportunities and access to equal opportunities for our disadvantaged businesses and for promoting their hiring and development as well. We also include language that requires the GAO to adopt a formal affirmative action plan. They may be doing the right thing, but we don't know that. We know that they do need an affirmative action plan, so we require that in this bill. We also make sure that there's accountability in this bill. But let me just say, I'm very proud of the fact that for the first time, we will have requirements now with our own capital contracting opportunities as well as with the Visitor Center to not exclude minorities and women and the disabled, but to include them in the economic opportunities that this Capitol provides. Thank you very much.